Hi, Martin here. Today I want to show you how to find where the death wobble on your Jeep Cherokee XJ is coming from, and then how to fix it. Alright, let's get started. But first, here's the death wobble I've been experiencing. Going down the highway about 55 miles an hour. Well, you don't think that's bad? Wow. That's horrible. Alright, trying to find death wobble. It can be sometimes somewhat difficult. Because there's so many things that can cause it. Tie rod ends, bushings, shocks, tires. There's a number of things that can do this. Now, I was running an iron rock tie rod at the time, and it has Heims joints like these right here. As strong as these things are, they actually wear out rather quick. I mean, they're still strong even when they're wore out, but the slight bit of slop you get in them will cause death wobble. So I've been fighting that for years. I put several sets of these on. Finally, I even tried Johnny joints. Okay, but after getting death wobble again, I said, you know what? I'm going with a rough stuff, 1 ton, tie rod ends, you know, this heavy 1.5 inch diameter tie rod. And I thought that we'd all be good. Well, I do all that. I still got death wobble. That's because I didn't really look where it was. Because I just assumed it was these things again, wearing out. Now I'll show you how I found it. Alright, with the engine running, I'm going to reach up here and grab a hold of the steering shaft. That's the shaft that's going into your steering gearbox from your steering column. This would be better if I had a little help turning the steering column. Now, what you're going to do is turn it back and forth, just ever so slightly, like this. We got the tires moving. Okay? Now, what you're looking for is something that is not moving, or you're not getting a reaction from one of the other actions, like the tie rod ends. Is the tie rod move, but the knuckle doesn't. You know what I'm saying? There's play in there. So you're going to be looking for that while you're doing this. Like I say, it'd be great if I had some help. So, if we look right there, this shaft, which is your track bar, shouldn't be moving back and forth like that. Well, that's a bad thing. That shouldn't move at all. First, we're going to unbolt the track bar here at the frame side. And now we'll unbolt it here on the axle side. Now, just simply remove the track bar. Alright, with the track bar removed, it's not hard to see where the death wobble is coming from. I'll show you right here. If you can see that play right there, and that bushing, it just pushes out super easy. I mean, this is it right here, you know, falls right out. And that little bit of play will cause a lot of death wobble in a Jeep. Now, I built this a few years back when I built the track bar bracket itself that you see on the front end there. And I also, what I did is I took a rough country track bar bracket, the one that's the frame mounted side, cut it up, modified it, and what I was trying to do is achieve the same parallel angle with the drag link. And that's what you want. You want your track bar and your drag link to be parallel to each other. And then you also want them to be the same length. And by doing this, you've eliminated any chance of bump steer. So I took parts from the rough country track bar, like this end right here, cut it off, their original, welded it onto this DOM tubing. This is a 120 wall. And then I used their heim joint that they had, and I like these spacers right here. And that works out perfectly because it was made for their rough country bracket. All right, now I was all prepared to build a new track bar because I want this thing running by Monday, and these bushings right here, you know, I gotta come up with these bushings. Couldn't find them locally, so it's not gonna be, I'm not gonna have it done by Monday, in other words. So I was thinking, heck, I got some parts around here I could just throw together a track bar to get me by for now. Like this one right here that I actually started building some years ago. Same tubing, 120 wall, 1¼ inch outside diameter. And I had welded this in here, and this has got the ½ inch hole. The only thing is I would have to build spacers for each side. And then I got the left-hand thread which would go on this end. Cut it to proper length and weld that on there, and it'll be pretty much done. Or I could have simply taken this end, cut it right off, and weld this part in to the tube, and that would have worked as well. Now I was all prepared to do that, and that's what I was going to show you. And here this morning I'm rifling through my parts, and lo and behold, in the bottom of one of my little junk drawer things, I find 2 bushings. These are the exact same ones in this track bar. So obviously that's the way I'm going to go for right now. Now I still do want to build a brand new track bar, a heavier duty one. I'll get rid of these bushings, and I will go with the heim joint type end, because this one here has been lasting for years. And there's no slopping in at all. Alright, change these bushings out. These type are very easy to change out. You just pull them out just like that. Now if it was like the factory rubber ones, those could be definitely more difficult. I've even lit them on fire with a propane torch and let them burn out a little bit, and then you can get them out. But these, like these polyurethane, I believe is what they're made out of, pull right out. Now to get the new ones in, they go in a little bit tougher, but not so bad. I put a little bit of grease right there just to help it go in. Go. There we go. Then you take your spacer and apply some grease to that as well. Now if you can get it started, just stick this in a vise, clamp it right down. There we go. That easy. All right, simply reinstall. Now you'll notice that this track bar mounts at a different location than your XJ does. I built this track bar the bar and bracket a few years ago. If you got any problems getting the bolts lined back up again, all I did is grab a hold of the steering column shaft there on the steering gearbox and just tweak that a little bit, and you'll get enough movement that bolt will line right back up. Now torque down the axle side bolt. And here you can see the drag link moving back and forth like it should, and absolutely no movement in the track bar. Alright, well there you have it. Not too bad of a repair there. I'm glad I had everything in stock. If you'd like me to build a new track bar, do a heavy duty one and shoot a video on that, just hammer away at the keys down below and let me know. And I'll be more than happy to do that. Alright, now I want to thank you for watching, and if you never subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right down there and a little bell symbol right next to it, and that way you get notifications of any upcoming videos. Alright, well thanks again for watching.